In the summer of 1977, it was a piping hot day in the Near North community on the north side of Chicago. Piping hot day. I had been at summer camp all day. And what is clearly visible to me was that I was hungry and I was looking for my mama. I was out on the court and I had left summer camp and I continued to play all day. I had stopped by the house. I didn't see my mama nowhere. I was looking for my mama. I remember there were sirens going on in the neighborhood, and there was just, I can remember the noises like it was yesterday. You heard kids laughing. You saw the fire hydrant blowing out water, the candy truck, the ice cream truck. And all I can remember was that I was really hungry and I was looking for my mom. And as I continued to run up and down that court and play basketball, I heard this chant coming. Black power, black power. It was some of that chant. Black power, black power. And I heard a voice saying, we're going to stand up for ourselves. This is our community. And I looked up and there was this huge group of people coming down the middle of the street. Traffic was parting at a rapid rate. And there were people coming down the street. And I looked out in the very front of all of those people. And I couldn't believe it. It was my mama, the mama that I was looking for all day. And I simply wanted to see my mother. I had no idea what was going on. All I knew is there was a bunch of signs and there was a march going on. And I went and stood under my mama and she grabbed me. She said, hey, but other than that, she continued on with the chants and the march. And we marched for what seemed like forever. We marched over on the Gold Coast and we marched in front of this huge building. And little did I know at the time, Mayor Jane Byrne lived in that building. And when I sat back and watched my mother, who I only joined the march because I thought we'd stop and get something to eat without understanding the significance of what was going on, I was with my mama and I was hungry. That answered both questions. But as I watched my mother stand up for the Near North community, I watched her and 11 other women known as S.O.S, Sister of the Struggles, fight and create voice around our community that we were growing up in and how we would be handled as an individual, as a community, as a race. It was amazing. And I watched these women fight. And not only with their voice and not only with the march, but they threw them hands. They kept people off of them. They had something to say and they were going to be heard. And so on this day, this hot summer day on the near north side of Chicago, where I had been at summer camp all day and then played basketball until I found my mother in the middle of a whole march. I was hungry. On this day, I watched my mother go to jail. And it was then I began to learn the plight and the efforts and the reason for S.O.S, the Women of the Struggle, and what the purpose was. And until this day, when we talk about leadership, so often we want to make this leadership all about books and huge presences. These 12 women fought in that community. They wasn't concerned with how it looked, how it felt, how it sounded. They had a purpose, and their purpose was to protect our community at all costs. And they did that. And so on this day, I stand before you on Black History and I salute SOS, the Women of the Struggle. And I remember I I found my mama, the silent experience.